actress in history, but at the age of almost 60, you'd think work might just be trying up a bit. For Meryl Streep.
Not a chance. Her most recent film, Mamma Mia, was the UK's highest grossing film of all time, and it's up for Best British Film at the BAFTAs this weekend. Well, her latest film is called Doubt, and her role couldn't be more different.
Yeah, she plays a nun in 1960s America, a role for which she's been nominated both a BAFTA and, of course, an Oscar. And Susanna and myself have both been to meet her.
Nothing happened. I had a talk with a boy.
What about?
Private matter.
He's 12 years old. What could be private?
You haven't the slightest proof of anything.
But I have my certainty.
I can fight you.
You will lose.
Who gets to talk first? Did you decide that ahead of time?
Now, that is a very good question.
know.
And we've spent a lot of time thinking about that. I had the feeling that lots of people will say to me after meeting you, what is Meryl Streep really like? Because I think that you're kind of embedded in people's minds as an actress. But I've got this impression that I kind of have no idea about you.
It's not by design, but I mean, I've had a very varied, career. I've done a lot of different kinds of things. So people, I don't know why they don't. Maybe I've had too many different hair colors and things and accents and.
Just meant that people don't really have a grasp on who. Maybe it is because in your acting career you're very chameleon-like.
Maybe, but I think too that I don't. I mean, I don't go out to parties and publicize myself or my family. I've never really done that.
And has that been a deliberate choice?
The more you're pushing yourself in front of people, the more unseemly it is or something.
That's
and
interesting.
so I always have this sort of dilemma when it comes to marketing a film. Oh God, I have to go on the monkey parade again and perform in some way, but I don't really enjoy it. And yet it's a necessary part of what we do.
And you're here to talk about Doubt. I found it a very kind of gripping film. It starts slowly, a lot of dialogue. You're kind of watching a situation develop, and the whole doubt theme. The question marks over a priest and his behaviour.
Yes.
Come, Father. I think you should be treated like every other boy.
Well, you yourself singled the boy out for special attention. You held a private meeting with him at the rectory a week ago?
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Throughout the film, the audience is supposed to doubt, as the characters are doubting the integrity of one individual.
Well, doubt can be corrosive, but it can also be your friend. Because without sort of mitigating doubts about things, we all become fundamentalists, we all become doctrinaire. It's always good to have that little voice saying, yeah, but maybe. And so what's brilliant about this script is that he's constructed sort of a Gordian knot, and each character picks away from his own point of view. The audience watches it. I think you actually don't. I think you watch this film and you're sure about it, right? Straight through until a certain moment, and then you kind of go off the rails, and then you think, ooh, wait a minute. And everybody picks their side.
What would be the point of a secular song?
That's fun.
Frosty the Snowman.
That's a good one. We could have one of the boys dress up as a snowman, dance around.
Which boy?
I'm told that in the scenes with Philip Seymour Hoffman, where you have these very sort of gladiatorial sequences, you are really up for this stuff, and you're kind of psyching him out.
That's all made up by the director. What I did during the preparation for this movie was knit. And it was so infuriating to everybody, and I taught Amy to knit. And so the two of us would be there like Madame Defarge, you know, and they didn't know what we were thinking, and they didn't know what we were talking about. We talked to each other like this, and it drove him crazy. So he's made up this whole story, which is not true, and I'm telling the television audience.
Can I ask about Oscars? Lots of talk, obviously. You've won 2. You've been nominated numerous times. Does it deserve an Oscar, this?
I can honestly tell you, I never go into a role or think about that, or it's just not why I work. Because I've won an Oscar or 2 Oscars like 30 years ago, maybe, something like that. And since then, I've been nominated a lot. But I feel like, you know, the Academy designates whose turn it is. Do you know what I mean? And I have no expectations that any of that will come my way again. It's sort of a very liberating feeling. And I don't honestly think about it. I'm like Mayor Bloomberg. I'm mayor because I know how to do it right. Not because I want power or money or anything. I want to do it. I love doing it.
On that philosophical note, we'll leave it, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's very time
My
for us.
pleasure. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
What a charming woman.
She is. She's very, very composed, and she's lovely.
Doubt opens nationwide today, and to find out whether Meryl wins a BAFTA this weekend, you can see the award ceremony on BBC 2 at 8 o'clock on Sunday evening, and I hope to see her on the red carpet at the
Absolutely.
Oscars.
So much to talk about this morning in connection with the weather. Carol's been keeping us up